Hey all, welcome to Really Ill Britain. Folks, tonight I've got something special. We're going to do something a little bit different. My good friend Fraser Withers from Half Barrel Brewery, okay, he has sent me a bottle of his Blue Jay American Amber Ale. Now I've had this before and it was very, very good. But tonight he reviewed my beer, which was an American Amber Ale. It was called Voyage. And he says that the two of them are exactly the same. Now we share the recipes, and the malt and hops profile is slightly different. The only thing what looks the same is that it's been dry hopped, and mosaic hops have been used. So I've got a bottle of his, and I've got a bottle of mine. Now let's crack these bad boys open and let's see exactly what it's like. I'm going to start off with my one. So this is a smaller bottle. So the beer has poured with medium carbonation. It's a one finger head, tightly packed bubbles. Okay, and you can see that beer. It's just the light in here, but the beer is crystal clear. Okay, and it's got that lovely amber red hue to it. Now let's open Fraser's. So his beer's pouring with good carbonation. Okay. It's poured a 3-finger head. Now the difference between the two beers is mine's bottle conditioned, right? And Fraser's one is force carbed. Now, as you can see, I'm just trying to get the light exactly the same. Both of the beers look the same. So let me just swap it over to that side. Okay. Now, I'm going to go with Fraser's one first of all on the nose. So the first thing you pick up, it's actually quite deep. It's like deep corn. You're also picking up white bread. There's caramel. There's a bit of a dusty woodiness to it. And then you start to pick up the sweetness of the mosaic hops. There's a little bit of grapefruit on the back end. There's a little bit of peach. What I am picking up is a light mustiness. Okay. My one. Okay, so the first thing you're picking up is quite deep malts. There's digestive biscuits. There is white bread. There's caramel. There seems to be a little bit of a buttery toffiness. And then comes the deepness and roundness of hops. And it's quite fruity. So far on the nose, both of them have a good malt backbone to it on the aroma, and at the same time there's the fruitiness from the hops. The only difference between the two at the minute is Fraser's one has a little bit of mustiness to it. Okay, so straight in with the flavour. Cheers, folks. Oh, that's lovely. That's refreshing. Oh. So Fraser's beer comes in at 5.2%. What you pick up is a lovely, deep, malty backbone. And you get this light earthiness to the beer. There is that woodiness to it. but at the same time you also pick up. I wonder if there's. I've seen the recipe, but I can't remember the malts because I just looked at the hops. But I wonder if there's Munich malt in this. Then what starts to come through is the hops. Now, what I'm picking up on that woodiness, there's like a little bit of oak, but there seems to be. I'm picking up Nelson. I can't even remember now what hops are in it. And you get the mosaic, and you get the roundness of the mosaic, and there's little bits of grapefruit, but there's also a little bit of lemon. And what's happening in this beer is everything is intercepting between the malts and the hops, and it's balancing itself out. The body on the beer is good. The flavour's coming through. And there's a lovely dry bitterness. Now, my version. Okay. So, my bottle's 5.5%. So the first thing you're getting is, you're getting that malt backbone. You're getting that breadiness. You're getting caramel. You're getting toffee. Then comes the hops. My version seems to be hoppier and fruitier. But with that, it adds an extra sweetness. So, comparing the two beers straight out, first of all, drinking it, my version is sweeter than the Blue Jay. But the bitterness in the Blue Jay is very thirst quenching. I can taste the mosaic hops more fuller in the Blackies Brewery version. Side by side, this version's more hoppier. A lot more hoppier than the Blue Jay. It's interesting because on the back end, this one, the body on the beer seems a little bit thin. Where in the Blackies Breweries one, it seems to be full bodied. But I think the difference is between the bitterness and the sweetness. And I think for me, that's what the difference is. I can't remember what Fraser's how much hops he put in. I think this is like close to 300 grams for 20 litres. But this one is definitely more hoppier. It'll be interesting to try this again in London in, next week. Just to see, actually, is this bottle different from the other version? So, looking at the beers, they're exactly the same. Smelling the beers, they're slightly different. But taste-wise, I'm getting two completely different beers. And this version is more hoppier and sweeter, where this version is a little bit more light-bodied, but bitter. This version would be nice as maybe a pint and a half max. You could drink 3 or 4 of these. That's the difference. So this is a try it, maybe on keg, drink it in cask. Both two good beers. And do you know what? It's an absolute pleasure to do this. So Fraser, that's my verdict on it. Let me know what you think. But yeah, 2 American Amber Ales. Folks, that's Blackies Brewery. Reviewing my own Voyage, 5.5%. And Fraser Withers, Half Bar Brewery, his Blue Jay, coming in at 5.2. Cheers, Slamacara.